Kat Neville is once again small-timing us. She is dealing with one of her 6 TV shows, her number of publications. So Liz Miller, senior editor at Feast Magazine, joins us. Good morning, Liz Miller.
Good morning.
Did you get your bird yet?
My bird, I'm actually not making the turkey. I bring the wine.
You
That's
bring
my
the wine.
contribution.
Who cooks the bird?
My various relatives. We actually have 3 Thanksgivings on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
So
All
we're
right.
like the travelers who bring the wine.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. All right. But if you gotta order the bird, order from Menino's. I just ordered mine, and I got my brining pouch all ready to go. Right?
Perfect. Yeah, you have to brine.
You have to brine. If you don't brine, I mean, how can people sit and have a bird if it hasn't been brined?
That's right.
All right. What do you got for us today?
So the first place that we're going to talk about today is Privado. It is a new fine dining concept from chef Mike Randolph.
Okay.
He previously owned Randolphi's in the Del Mar
Which
Loop.
was
Yeah.
delicious.
Which is delicious, beloved. And he opened Privado in the same space at 6665 Del Mar Boulevard earlier last month.
Okay.
So Privado is a weekend-only concept. You can only go on Friday and Saturday nights for the tasting menu dinner, and it's 12 to 15 courses. I went 2 weeks ago, and it was luxurious. It was like going
Luxurious.
on, yeah,
Luxurious.
a really luxurious trip. So every bite is, beautiful and artfully plated and really fun stuff. The menu just sort of hints at what you can expect. So for the third course, which was very memorable, it was a poached course. It was poached lobster with like an avocado cream. And then the servers came around and were shaving a block of foie gras over each plate. So really fun, obviously indulgent food. And again, done in like a really playful way. And then there's also a bar menu at Privado. So if the tasting menu and the 12 to 15 courses, you don't have the time for that on a Friday night, but you just want to pop in and grab some really great shareable plates and get sort of a taste of what Mike's working on. The bar is open on Friday and Saturday nights as well.
So how is this going to stay open if it's only open during the weekends and it's a small?
And if it's a 12 to 15, you said 12 to 15 courses?
12 to 15 courses.
I mean,
So
yeah.
you're there a while, right?
It's
a high
about
table turnover.
3 hours, and there's only 16 seats. So the intention is for it to be, a more intimate experience.
Right.
It's not going to necessarily be the kind of place where you're going to have dinner every Friday,
Right.
But maybe once a month, and you can see how the menu changes.
So
And
this
I
is
really
a highly specialized, this is just a totally different concept when it comes to restaurants.
Yeah,
Love
absolutely.
that.
Really, Mike has a really, like I said again, fun and creative vision for what he wants to do with food. So he also owns Half and Half, both locations of Half and Half and Publico, which is next door to the
Okay,
space
got it.
in the Loop. So
He owns 100% of Half and Half?
yeah.
See what
Oh
I did?
my goodness, McGraw.
I get it. Yeah. No. He does. Yeah. So he has those. You can, obviously get a taste of his food at those restaurants every day of the week, basically.
Right.
But then with Privado, he's wanting to do something a little bit more special and specialized for diners.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
You know what? If you want, and I can only imagine how great that food is.
It's
no.
And again, just another plane. It's excellent,
Right.
beautiful, and the flavors that he puts together are not things that you would necessarily normally put together, that
Right.
you would cook together, but the way that they work together is phenomenal.
And you
It-
better
it-
like the people that you're sitting with, too. because
Well,
it's
and
3 hours.
he isn't just a chef; he's also an artist, right? I mean, that's an art form. It's just a
Yeah.
form of expression, really.
Yeah.
All right, what's number 2?
Number 2 is a new French-inspired bakery in Midtown called Like Home. It opened over the summer at 3855 Lindell, and it's next door essentially to the Moolah Theater. And I had brunch there this weekend, and it is so cute. The inside of it is, like almost a little French patisserie, and the case is just full of all of these like gorgeous, colorful, flaky croissants and macarons and really, beautiful French pastry. And then there's also a full breakfast and lunch menu. So really fun stuff. She does a rotating quiche of the week. I had a tartine when I was there, which is essentially like a really fancy open-faced sandwich. She does sandwiches and other like sorts of breakfasty, lunchy type stuff. All of it with a very French bend.
I take it that she's from France.
So it's a mother and daughter. They are both from France originally,
They're from South
and
Which is
be.
nothing wrong with that.
They were born on Shoto Street, I believe.
Well, we have some French heritage.
That's
here
right.
as
We got
well.
a lot of French here. Yes, we do.
So the mother and daughter are from France. The daughter worked for several years as the chef at the St. Louis Club, went back to France, and then missed St. Louis, came back and opened this concept in
How about
Midtown.
that?
Wow.
Yes. You know what?
In France and Miss St. Louis.
I will also say this about French food. I didn't know this until relatively recently, but French food, you think, I'm a meat and potatoes type of guy. French food is a lot of meat and potatoes.
Very hearty, very hearty food.
It's it sort of comes off, or maybe I just didn't understand. I thought it was foofy.
Steak and frites.
I thought it was foofy and sort of one asparagus and but no, French food is, they know what they're doing with French food.
Yeah. Well, like a croque madame, for instance, like a really hearty
bless you.
breakfast sandwich.
Yeah.
Made with like a really, nice cut of meat and eggs and
Yeah.
cheese. Really rich stuff.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
eat
yeah.
well, but smartly.
I think once I found Jacques Papin, I realized that
You love saying that name.
that guy's the best. That guy's my hero.
Fun to say.
Isn't that guy the goods, man?
He is, yeah.
He is the best. I made chicken a la Millhaven the other day that I stole from Jacques Papin. It is so insanely good. It is so good. And I'm sitting at home, thinking I'm a French chef, just following his directions, and I made a nice little chicken. All right. Like Home French Cafe and Pastry?
Yes.
Next to the Moolah.
Next to the moolah.
Next to the Moolah, so you can go have a little French pastry and then go to the movie theater. All right, what's going on with Feast Magazine?
Well, this weekend we are sponsoring, this is one of my personally favorite events of the year, Science Uncorked at the St. Louis Science Center. And the reason it's one of my favorite is that it's just so much fun. You go and there are these...
a bunch of wine.
Basically, you know me. They bill it as wine and spirits tasting for your brain. And it really is. They do these really fun demonstrations within the Science Center that show people sort of the chemistry and the science behind winemaking and distilling and the work that goes into those processes. So while you're drinking, you do learn a lot.
All right. And where is that and when?
It is at the St. Louis Science Center this Saturday, November 11th from 7 to 10. And you can find more information on tickets at feastmagazine.com.
Liz Miller, senior editor at Feast Magazine. If you invite her for Thanksgiving, she'll bring plenty of wine. And she won't eat much because she's already had to go to 3 other Thanksgiving dinners before that. Liz Miller, senior editor at Feast Magazine. Good stuff. Thanks for coming.